Hi there, it's Robert, the Red Tie Guy. And for today's market update, I'm going to be going over what happened with the interest rate back in May and what that means for buyers and sellers as we come into June, July, and August of 2023. So keep watching. Here we go. Let's talk about what the interest rate is doing to the market and what that means. Almost overnight, back in May, early May, mid May, there was a drastic shift in interest rate where very quickly it went up by 0.5%. And that's in addition to this general trend of moving up. It moved up very quickly around the same time that many realtors and lenders were thinking that the interest rate may stop or start going down. Now, what does that mean for buyers? Well, a 0.5% change in the interest rate usually means about a 5% change in your qualifying purchase price, because 1% changing in interest rate is about a 10% change in your purchase price. So if you were thinking of buying and you were qualified to a max amount of about $400,000, chances are you were having a difficult conversation with your agent or with your lender where they were telling you that you're now only qualified for $380,000, or perhaps they were telling you you were going to need to pay more in closing costs in order to keep the interest rate that you were previously quoted, because the market was indeed shifting. Now, what does that mean in terms of the market for buyers? It means it's going to really separate those who need to move, need to buy, need to upsize, from those who would like to, but ultimately can wait, because the market is pushing them out of being able to buy as easily right away. The market is essentially saying that some people are being priced out, that it's getting very tight, and the ones who can are still going to be able to perform, but now that it's harder, some are going to drop out, maybe renew their lease at an apartment or a rental, and wait and see what the market is doing next year. So, what does that mean for sellers? Well, keep in mind that home prices have, well, in some cases, they've doubled in the past 5 or 6 years. While, yes, it was insane increases on the prices 3 years ago and 2 years ago, and it's been steady, slow, but still going upwards over the past year, we've finally reached a point where perhaps we could almost hear the brakes being applied and slowing down the buyers. In the grand supply and demand, we may still be receiving the supply factors, and that is pushing prices up, but the demand factor is getting tightened. If you're in an area where there's now competition of a similar price, where you've noticed that homes are taking significantly longer, and your neighbor or someone else in the subdivision is significantly similar to you and also on the market, then there's a chance that one of you may have to be very patient to get an offer, or that you may have to drop the price or meet a buyer's terms, as it's now harder for a buyer to meet your terms, in order to sell your home. And yes, that might be a price decrease in certain areas. But before you panic, keep in mind that home prices have shot up. It was an insane seller's market 2 years ago, and over the past year was not a significant jerk, more of a slowdown, but homes still sold, and it was still, for the most part, in seller's favor. So keep that in mind when you are selling your home. What you can do about it? Well, if you can adjust to this change faster than your competition, then you're probably still going to sell, while the neighbor or competitor is still wondering why their home isn't selling, why there suddenly was a disappearance of buyers. You need to keep that in mind and be a little bit more receptive to why buyers might not be offering on your home. Is it the price? Do they need help with concessions to meet an interest rate they were previously having their heart set on? Are they needing help with repairs because buying down the interest rate is going to empty their bank accounts, and so they're afraid to make an offer on a home that might need some work or some repairs shortly after move-in? Keeping these things in mind will definitely help you if you're needing to sell in the near future, while admittedly buyers are slowing down and the days on market may potentially increase beyond what we're currently seeing. But as I said, this is not a panic. The tightening, yes, it happened, and we're going to see the effects probably play out over the next 3 months, as the buyers are now the ones that were locked into the rate before May are closing their homes, and closings that are happening in June, July, and August are going to be the ones at the new rate, the buyers who were not yet locked in before the big increase. And we're going to see homes that came up and thought that waiting to list, we are going to see the homes that were waiting to list until the summer suddenly see that it is not the spring market conditions, and those are going to start competing against each other, and we are going to have to see just how that shift in the market happens over the next 2 or 3 months. But ultimately, if you're curious what your home could sell for, then talk to me. I'm an agent who is familiar with the market, that works with buyers, hears the feedback from his own open houses, and would be more than happy to help you out. There's a link down below if you're curious what your home could sell for or what selling your home would look like. And I'm also a flexible listing agent, whether you need to sell your home for more, sell it quickly, or you're looking for a stress-free transaction. I can definitely come up with a marketing plan that fits your specific needs. So go below, ask me what your home could sell for, or if you're a buyer, give me a call. Let's set up a time and talk. Let's see some homes. And this is Robert Neely, the Red Tie Guy. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Would love to hear what you think, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.